Team of the year. What a brutal grind, lads. Those meta monsters were straight up impossible to pack. Weeks of smashing packs, weekend league rewards turning to dust, SBCs eating coins for untradables. The market went nuclear. But most of us got zilch, heartbreaks and rage quits. But hold tight. The promo gods have mercy. We're blasting into Future Stars season, baby. Future Stars Team 1 is live. Headliners Alyssa Thompson and Estevao are dropping absolute bangers. Icon swaps are back for those grindable rewards. Future Stars Academy evolutions to turn your young guns into legends. Plus SPCs like Richards and Dogu are ready to smash your squads. Whether you're snooping around the post Team of the Year market, farming swap tokens like a boss, or debating if Dewey space is unguardable, we've got the deep dive. Hello, foodies, and welcome to another edition of the Midweek Club. This is episode 722, and today we will break down if we are Team John or Team Chris from the weekend show. We will talk about some of the cards we've tried, our icon swap master plan, Evo picks that slap, and our SPC thoughts. Lock in, controllers up, Future Stars are here to heal those Team of the Year scars. With me as always, we have Neil. Hey, Neil.
How you doing, listeners? Good to be on. It's good to see you, both of you too.
Lovely to have you on. And we also have Homer. Hello, Homer.
Hey, Shaq. Hi, Neil. Hi, listeners. Thanks for having me back again.
Well, lovely to have you here. Right, gents, let's get started. Before we go on to our grindy, moany stuff from Team of the Year and all that, let's talk about the positive of the week. What are your positives of the week? Let me talk about my positive of the week. Considering it's not Team of the Year, considering that there's no blue card that's just randomly going to come back into my pack, I will not see that flare. I don't have to grind. And it's so liberating. I look at the 8310s, couldn't be interested. I see the 88 to 90, couldn't care less. See any other upgrades, don't care. And I've really enjoyed not caring as much, and that's been fun. What are your thoughts? Neil, anything positive for you this week?
Yeah, I'm a completed Emilio Butragueño SBC, which I had my eye on for a couple of weeks. So I finally just decided to smash in and get it done. So I'm very happy with him. He's a very positive note in my team. Like to have him in there.
Nice. I think I packed the Butragueño, the base icon version, and used him for a little while, and I thoroughly enjoyed him. I really enjoyed. I think the 5-star weak foot was a novelty when he first came out, and he's so agile on the ball. Does yours have a 4-star skills?
It's 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills, I believe.
Oh, nice.
He's class. He's really good there.
Very nice. Homer, what about you? Any positive of the week?
Swaps is back. I've been pretty clear of my point of view since Team of the Year. Then they announced Swaps was coming back that I wanted Swaps more than Team of the Year, so I'm glad for that to be back now.
That's good. That's good. So we clearly know which team you're on. So, gents, let's go on. Icon swap. So we know that Homer is sort of, if listeners, if you haven't heard the weekend show, I urge you to go listen to the weekend show where John and Chris were having a face off about icon swaps and whether it was worth doing the swaps or not. And John was completely in the camp of swaps suck. And Chris was like in completely the icon swaps mode where he said R9 is completely worth the grind. So clearly, Homer, you do enjoy icon swaps. So you're in Team Chris?
I'm on the fence. I see both sides of the arguments, if I'm being honest. Plus, Chris absolutely disrespected Lautaro Martinez. So that takes a little bit of validation off his argument. But I love the objective side of it. I like being able to do that, ticking off the objectives, that a sense of achievement that I've fulfilled, whatever it is, the requirements put out by EA. So I just like the gameplay side of the game. I like grinding the gameplay side rather than grinding the menus. So for me, it's overly fun. So, but then I see John's point of view as well, that it is a lot to ask. Some of the rewards aren't good. We don't know what the second half of the objectives are going to be. They could turn out to be absolutely horrible. So I see both sides of the argument, to be honest. So I'm sitting on the fence.
We'll deep dive a little bit more further. Neil, what about you? Are you Team John or Team Chris?
think with Homer's weight and my weight, we might break the fence. Because I'm sitting on it too. It's not for me. Swaps aren't for me. I've done 4 or 5 of them, but I'm not going to be grinding out 1920 for an R9er, and I'll do a few of them because they're there. I think there's a lot of time that's required to do these, and if you've got the time and you're willing to grind it, good luck to you. I think I'm still sort of, and it's probably the wrong attitude to take on it, is that I'm still in sort of the Team of the Year blues, to be honest. I hated the way that EA basically disregarded a player base for 2 full weeks, and suddenly it's right, okay, you can put your credit cards away, here's swaps, but we demand all your physical time and effort to do it. That sort of gets to me, that, and I don't like that. But then again, I don't expect many people to have that opinion or thought. That's just how I see it. I put a hell of a lot of time and grind and a bit of money into Team of the Year. I didn't put as much money in as a lot of people. But the way we were essentially just tossed aside over 2 weeks of Team of the Year, expensive SBCs, little content, just loads of packs, no hope, to suddenly here's a shiny R9, here's a shiny real Ferdinand you can get, but we want all this time to do it, you know. So I'm a bit kind of still left from Team of the Year blues, but whether that's right or not, what I would say is that so far my experience of playing it, I only had a go last night online, seemed to be better than I first initially thought. The community, on a very rare occasion, seemed to be pulling together and helping each other on doing some things. I noticed there's a disconnect glitch, whether it gets discussed or not. Or if it does get discussed, we certainly won't tell him how to do it. But I've had that a few times on me. I've also had it where people just haven't helped you, but I don't really mind that, because you can quit the game, just go back in, or you can actually just say, do you know what, I want to beat this guy. So it's been not bad so far. The squad battles ones, I'm sure we can go on to discuss. The reasons probably more negative for me than positive, and where I can get on John's side. That's my take on it so far.
No, fully agree with what both of you said. I completely agree with that. I think when I was listening to the show, I was listening to John and Chris argue it out, and I was fully on John's side with regards to I'm not going to grind, because I looked at the objectives and I thought score a chip shot in live events for 5 games, score a cross goal in another thing, and then score something else with a through pass, and then the League One was score 10 different goals in 10 different games, and it was just, it seemed like it was a lot, and also it was going to take you away from playing your game naturally, and that's the part that I dislike. I really dislike having to do specific things in an online game mode. I just don't enjoy that component of trying to do something. And I just thought, let me just try it. And the first day was horrible, absolutely horrible. I think both Tuesday Club aficionado, ex-member Dan Wimbush was messaging me, and he was 0-4, and that's odd. That's really odd for someone like Dan to lose 4 games on the trot. And I tried, and I was 0-4, and I was like, okay, this is hard work. But then as time went on, and as some of the hardcore stopped playing the online live events, it started to get a little bit easier, and you started to have some of the people that were giving you some respect to try and say, okay, I'm already ahead, I'm going to lead. How about you go ahead? Well, I've done that. And some people have done that back to me, where if they're leading and they're going to win the game, they just put the keeper aside and let you score or do your objectives, get those things done, which is great. And I love those parts of when the community shines. We do have people that are complete knobheads. I can't think of a better word. But for example, just today, just before I got onto this call, I was just talking about how a wonderful gentleman went ahead. As soon as the game kicked off, he moved his keeper. We scored a goal. I moved my keeper. He scored a goal. Brilliant. We're all happy. Next game I go in. I thought, you know what? This guy, let me just give him. He had a Bundesliga squad. I just needed to score. I didn't need anything else. I just needed to score. I had wins. I had everything. I let him, for the first maybe 30 minutes of the first half, I just let him try to do a chip shot, and he just couldn't get it through. Finally got it through, and then he ended up beating me 7-0. And that was just devastating. So I think I'm half and half. I think I'm on the fence as well. The fence is going to be pretty hard because the old time swaps was great. This is kind of okay. We'll get into it in more detail, but I think it's half and half. I think let's just break it down. Neil, you spoke earlier about the squad battle stake was not really your preferred method, and I tend to agree. What's your problem with squad battles this time around with icon swaps?
I don't have an issue with the squad battles objectives. I have an issue with having to use 11 silvers and 11 French women league players or French. I have an issue with that. And my highlight of the week was I went and done the SBC for Butrigueño, 1.3 million coins of fodder. And I imagine most people's first reaction would be, "Oh, great! Is he good?" Don't know. Not used them yet because I'm doing trying to win 6 games in world class. What I ended up doing, and shame on me or embarrassing on me. I won some of the games and I went 1-0 up, and then I started just giving it and heading it back to my goalkeeper for 65 minutes because I get beat. Because they've done something. They've made the squad battles on world. I play world class squad battles with my full team, yeah, and I win most of my games. And I have hard games on the higher rated squads. If I'm playing the lower rated squads, I would play on legendary. But to play world class 88, 89 rated teams with a specific selection of teams that they require, i.e. 11 French or 11 Archema League One players. I lost a couple and I was getting really frustrated. So I just got to the point where I'd try and get 1-0 up and then I'd just keep it and give it back to the goalkeeper. That's what I've done.
Oh, that's fair enough. I haven't really experienced. I've only done one squad battle game. That too was a 77 rated squad, so I didn't have that difficulty. But
Did I enjoy doing it? No.
That's hard. There's a lot of games to get done in squad battles. Hey.
No, sorry, I interrupt there. 6 games. A typical takes 2 hours? No, just over an hour.
I think you can combine a few, but you can't combine all of them.
You can
combine them all. I done it in 2 squads. So I used so your silver icons. Say if you didn't evo them, they count. So I done silver Brazilians, and then I had first owned full 11 French Ligue 1. So I'd done it all with the 2 teams. It was pretty easy.
So just 12 games.
Yeah,
I combined that one. Yeah.
That is awesome. The easiest I could do was about 18 or 24 games was, 18. I can't remember. There was only one. I could only combine one. You could do 18.
So I only managed to only the 2 squads, and you only need the first 11 to be of the requirements, so you can put a strong bench on and then take out. So while I was doing that, I was like, I'll be smart and I'll put French players on, and I started chipping away at the new silver icons. So I've only got Vieira and Henry left to unlock because I've just been combining everything together and just chipping away at it at one time to just try and save a lot of time. Just combine it all together and just whip through it as quick as possible.
That is extra smart. That is super smart. I didn't think you're playing 4D chess with EA, Homer. I didn't even think that far. That's good. That's really good. Good to know. Good to know. So you've completed icon swaps completely, Homer? Every single bit of it?
I need 1 champs win. I only managed 9 champ wins. It was going so well. I think it was 6-1, and then I met Team of the Year God Squads. So everybody, the whole team was full of either icons or Team of the Years, and it was just impossible. Like I said on the pod last week, 1 or 2 Team of the Years doesn't make you a better player, improve your team over much. And the guys that I did match with 1 or 2, I could beat them, it was okay. But just coming up against a whole squad of Team of the Years, it was impossible to keep up with them. Like one guy, I checked him up, I think he is a pro player, but not one of the better well-known guys. 7-0 in the first half with his full Team of the Year team. Couldn't get near him. So I need 1 more win in Weekend League, and that's me.
That's not bad. You're very close. I mean, Having said that, though, one of the things that Future Stars has done is actually made me play champs. I played champs after I think maybe a month and 2 months, maybe even longer than that. I played champs and got cruised to 8 wins, which I was surprised by. I did see something on Twitter where people were talking about getting easier opponents this weekend because there was some glitch. I don't know. I had a fun time playing champs. I really enjoyed myself. So I got 8 wins, just 2 more wins to get another token. So I think if everything goes to plan, I will get these 10 tokens. But I completely appreciate what John's trying to say, the fact that we don't necessarily know what the last tokens will be, how hard it will be. There might be some tokens in there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did we have tokens in the store and in SBC in the past? Neil?
Oh, I'm not sure about that. I took a long break from FIFA and didn't come back till 23, so I wasn't part of the original swaps.
Oh, okay.
Where they were in the swaps, the store, I couldn't tell you. I won't be completing the 10. I'll just put that out there now. I'm not going to complete them all. I'm not doing the chip shot ones, and I'm not. I've done one online one. I'll probably do the last squad battles one. I've got 5 just now. To be honest, if I get up to 6, that's fine. I'll hold on for the next objective. But there's nobody really, including R9, there's nobody really that I really want to have. As much as I'd love to have an R9 in my club, I'm not putting that effort in for it. But that's on me. That's not on MD else.
I've got a question for you. I'll just come back to you in a second. I've got a really interesting question for you. You're not interested in R9. I'll come back to that. Homer, you had a point to say?
So you're saying about the tokens in the store.
Yep.
They did do it before, but then that's when we had more than. So they've only said we're getting 20 tokens. It was when they increased it. So it used to be 20, and then increased it to 25. And it was always like there was an extra one in the SBC or an extra one in the store. So I don't know, given that they've only said there's 20 this year, I doubt that they're going to do the store route. I'd be very surprised unless they turn around. If the community feedback is that it is too hard or we're blah, 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 we're not going to be able to finish it in time, they might go, here's another avenue, here's a couple extra tokens, but I don't see it at the moment, going based on what they've said.
You know what I think? I think they're going to actually include it into the season pass for next year. For the next season, there are going to be some tokens in the season pass, and it's a win-win because most of us buy the season pass anyway, and that's just an extra incentive to get those last bit of stragglers onto buy the season pass. So I think season pass makes sense rather than putting in a pack. And Neil, the question I had for you is, I know you said you're not interested in the R9. What about the EVE evolutions, like, the iconic evolutions that are part of it? And also there's a player pick that gives you, I think there's almost like a 70% chance of getting a really good icon in that player pick. Any interest in that if you're not interested in the R9?
The attacking evolution is 10 tokens, isn't it, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as it says, I've got Butcher Grenio and I've got Golden Mbappe as my main strikers at the moment.
Oh,
and
yes.
Could I get better out of the evolution? Yeah, I probably could. But the time I get 10 tokens, I'm just trying. Start of February here. Team of the year's realistically 3 months. Team of the year. Team of the season's 3 full months away. End of April, start of May. Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. It can be mid-April as well.
No, even mid-April. So you're looking at 2.5 months. By the time this season lasts, 4 weeks, 5 weeks? Or the next, we've got 20 days to do this. We've 20 days to do this objection, which means we've got another 20 days after that. By the time I get sufficient tokens, what stage of the game are we going to be at? Foot birthday, just past that. So I don't think these players, obviously excluding probably R9 and probably Rio Ferdinand, I would probably put in that. They're players that will probably take you up and beyond team of the season. But are they going to be that far ahead, game changer wise, for me to want to put all the time and effort in? Probably not. It's the second back in 23, and I picked the game up at Christmas. I bought my daughter the PS5, and I've ended up stealing it. And part of that was I come back to FIFA, and within, I think it was February time, it was when it was baby mid and prime icons, and there was a mid icon player pick in the store, and I thought, not in the store, in the SBC, and I'd done it, and boom, 94, R9 came out of that in February. So I've been privileged to use R9 earlier in the cycle, opposed to just having an 89 foot easy to run about with 6 weeks. And it's a privilege. It's great. It was fantastic to use. It was an absolute buzz. So I get why people want to do it, and I think that's part of the reason why I'm not doing it, because I've had them, if that makes sense. And I quite like the fact of trying to. I've never had a Eusebio ever. I've never had a Eusebio card, and that is a 93 plus icon. How many tokens is that one?
Let's see if I can.
It's high up, isn't it? Is it not just short of Ronaldo?
17
tokens.
Wait, hang on. So that's the same as R9?
Well, R9's 19 tokens. So for 19 tokens, you can get R9. For 17, you can get one of 393 campaign. For 14 tokens, you get your Rio. For 13 tokens, you can get one of 391. And for 11, you get the Cantona. For 10, you'll get the Attacker Evo. For 10, you can get one of 390 plus icon. For 9, it'll get you Stoikov. For 8, it gets you one of 389 plus. 7 will get you Zambrotta. 6 will get you 25 times 86 plus. For 5, gives you Tiki Taka plus for any icon. For 5, gets you Buffon. 4 is the Defender Evo. 3 is Xabi Alonso. Also for free, you can get 15 times 85 plus, or a Cam Roll plus for icons. 2 is 20 times 84, and for 1 it's 25 times 82. So there is a bit of a drop off each one.
That if I got up to 17 tokens, I would be absolutely tempted to have a crack at that instead of the R9. But is there any? I can't off the top of my head think of any icons that are going to sting me 93 plus, but there might be one or two in there that are. I'm not sure. But
there would be. I think there's some of the streamers have already picked that. It would be Angara and 2 other ones that are really crappy ones. So it could be worst case scenario. But again, Neil, I think you're concerned about the chip shot and the finesse shot and or whatever the extra bits that you have to do. It's not, well, there are some good people out there that give you the option to score those things. So it's just a ball ache.
It's not a concern of doing it. It's just time and effort and that I want to put in, that I personally want to put into it, and I don't really want to do it.
That's completely fair. Right, gents, we've spoken about icon swaps and you know which side we're on. And I think we'll quickly move on to the other part of Future Stars that's come up, is the Future Stars Evolution choice. So, full disclosure, I didn't know anything about this until I put Euro in, Lenny Euro from Manchester United. I put him in yesterday, and I had no idea what I was doing. And I went back and read what was happening with that and realized, okay, it's not as complicated as I thought. So obviously, as you heard, I'm doing Lenny Euro as my first one. My second one's going to be either Aiden Heaven or maybe Cheetah Obi from Man United. So one of these two players is who I'm chasing. Again, it's just a novelty thing, but the one thing that I realized is the grind is hard. It's a lot of games. And some of these games you can't combine with your icon swap grind because unless you get lucky, like Lenny Euro luckily is French, so I can use him in a French squad for one of the icon swaps. But it is a hardcore grind. So, gents, are you doing doing the evolution for any of these players? I'm sure you'll have a Rangers player.
No, all my Rangers players currently are too far ahead, so I can't use any of them. Now, we have signed a couple of players. Tor Rumens is our new left back, but if he's transferred in gaming time, I'll do him as my second choice. But for my first choice, I took Kenan Yildiz. I'm running a Serie A team. I packed the honourable mentions, Pacho and Marquinhos, so they're in my team to sort of hybrid it. But yeah, I've using Kenan Yildiz.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Are you planning another one in I think next week?
Like I said, if Tor Rumens gets moved over in game, I'll use him. If not, I'll need to really look and see who my second choice will be. Like I said, I looked at all my Rangers players and, like I said, I've evoed them all, but they're already on par or better what it was offering, so there's no point discarding and retrying it. So I took the best Serie A option. So I need to wait and see what happens next week. If we get cards transferred over, then I'll do a Rangers player. If it's not, then I'll need to see who's available to really pick.
That's fair enough. Neil, have you done any of these evolutions? Have you looked into them or any interest?
No interest. Simply for the reasons. Well, I think they're valid reasons. I don't think looking at the end result. I don't have a personal preference to what player I want to put in. Right, I understand that if you're going to say, right, I'm going to put this young player in and I can evo them into something. There's nobody there for me that. In the end result, I don't think makes my team any better from what evils are already out there. I did a Fina for the right wing Evo, the 75k Evo, and she's currently my starting 11. And by the time Future Stars is finished in 2 weeks, about the next promo will be another Evo out that probably matches are just as good. So for the amount of time and effort, and I'm not really a big fan of hand picking all my playstyles and stuff and doing all this and putting them in the right order and getting the order wrong. I'm lazy. I'd rather it was just set out for me, and if there's a good enough Evo that comes out over the next 3 or 4 weeks that I can just chuck a player in and play a few games and get it, I personally would much prefer to take that route.
I must admit, last year when this concept came about with Future Stars, I really enjoyed the process of trying to literally make my own dynamic player. Whatever the way I wanted the player to play was what I made. And I really enjoyed that process last year. But this year, I'm trying to get into it, but it's feeling, it doesn't feel the same, even though it's a United player this time that I'm evoing. Just not having the dynamic is making it a little bit frustrated for me, but I'll see how I go. Neil?
Last year it was different, wasn't it? We only got a select handful of players you could pick, and I think I took that Ethan Nanweri guy. He was an 80 rated card. Yep. And to be honest, by the time I used him and finished evoing him and stuff like that, he was in and out my team as quick as you could blink. It wasn't MD that I thought, wow, this is great, it's really team changing. I suppose that sort of put me off as well. I get that you can put 2 playstyles on and stuff, but you're getting 2 playstyles again in the season pass, and the season's shorter this year. So there's specific players that you want to put 2 playstyle pluses on, and I'm sure 2 playstyle plus evos are coming more frequently. So for me, it's a pass.
Yep, that's fair. Homer, who did you do last year? Do you remember who you did last year?
Mika Monero, the Spanish centre-back.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. I thought you would have done the Italian Pisilli.
Well, last year my pack luck was very La Liga heavy, so I'd packed Inform Finney. Was it the first or second week? But then I got Golden Mbappe, and my La Liga pack luck just kept going. And then I'd done the team of the season. Thunderstruck for sure. And then I got a special Padre, so it was like my team just went very Spanish League heavy, so took him for that reason.
That's fair enough. I just remember last year I did that Italian Pisilli, and I had a card with Tiki Taka Plus and Incisive Plus, and he had a full CDM build with a lot of defensive stats, and he was good, but like as you said, Neil, as soon as he was ready to go, I had better cards, and I was like, such a waste of time. But yeah, it's a good concept, but I think they draw it out so much. And I think with the icon swaps here as well, it just feels like a lot of work for a card. But I'll see, because it's a United player and we're playing so well right now, I'm just going to go and do Euro as much as I can, and hopefully that goes on. Let's fingers crossed. Going back to the main squad, anyone pique your interest in the main squad at all from the Future Stars teams that's come out? Any icons, any regular cards that have just you thought, this one looks nice?
Obviously I championed Alicia Thompson early on in the game. I think it was Cornerstone she had. Just double check. Yep, Cornerstones. Loved that card. So obviously this new one looks really, really good. She misses having tiki-taka for me, but she's got incisive, silver, she's got invented silver, technical, first touch, quick step, finesse. and then she's got rapid and low driven as her pluses, so she can play anywhere on the left or the right. She looks brilliant.
She does look really good, actually, and she's the cover star for this particular promo, so looking forward to that one. Neil, for you, Eusebio, I'm assuming, is the one that you're looking out for?
Well, I packed an icon in this promo in the 83x10. So for a good 5 seconds, I get really excited, and I thought, Joanne, because I thought there's Drogba, all Baresi, even unusual Baresi. Most games looks absolutely top dog, doesn't he? And I thought, yes, this is great. And then out come Marinette, Pichon out of the pack, who's the lowest rated icon that you could pack by quite a considerable distance. However, even at her measly price of 150k, she looks really, really good. 2 playstyle pluses. She's got finesse shot plus and technical. She's got loads of shooting playstyles. Absolutely no passing playstyles, but she's definitely worth trying out for me. So I'll be giving it. She's on my bench. I've actually put her on my bench. So my main team, but when there's a gauntlet being released, hasn't there? So I'll quite excited to use her and try her. She can link with Abile. I know she's an icon. She links with anybody, but it's just great. She just looks a good card. Eusebio, yes. He, I mean, of all the 10 Eusebios that's probably been released by EA over the last, do you know what I mean? He looks absolutely unreal, doesn't he? Yeah. But he won't be the only 100%. One. Drogba looks good. Walter Mazzard looks good. Xavi looks good. Xavi's always good in game, isn't he? The icons look specifically good in the game, yeah. So, how about yourself, bud?
There's a lot of good players in this one. The Carreras guy, I think, in the tournament, the EA Live tournament, the pro tournament, I think Carreras, the team of the week card, was used in every single squad. So he's absolutely meta in game. I think we must call out the Desiree Doué. Just the dynamic along with the card is probably one of my all-time favorites. The way the card's laid out, it just looks beautiful in game. A guy scored a goal against me, and he had Doué, and he just looks so majestic in game. That's a card that I like Doué in game, so hopefully I can try him at some point. But the one card that I really, really, really want to try is the Wharton card. He's got really good tiki-taka and intercept combo, which is like a very unique combo, I think. And he's got good stats in the right places, and I really want to try him out as well. So that's the card that I'm looking out for. But look, overall, after Team of the Year, it's really hard to get excited about these cards because, I mean, they still don't match up to Team of the Years, but they're good enough. I don't know, gents. I don't know. You may not have been here, Neil, but Homo, do you remember when Future Stars was the promo? I remember that promo when there was Ferland Mendy and all these players were in that Future Stars, and they were all like, it was probably my favorite Future Stars because it was the first time it was out, and it was insane. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I've played from the beginning, so I've been through Future Stars from the beginning. It does feel a little bit lackluster this year, but then I said on our Discord, going through the Evo, and you click on the who's eligible for under the ages of 21, especially for the objective and the life friendly, the youth league. There's a distinct lack of really good under 21 players, in my opinion. There's the bunch that's obviously the promo, but once you come under that, it's not like there's a big massive wave, and there's a few that, like, obviously Desi Doué, Kakares and Alicia Thompson. This is their second time in the Future Stars, so a few of them have had 1 or 2 already, so it's one of the ones that really football, all the good players are sort of over that age, and there's not that many great wonder kids per se, so it lacks from real world football, so therefore it lacks in game for me. But there's some good bargains to be had. So
there's a team 2, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a team 2.
Yeah,
there might be different ones in that.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's just see how it goes. Well, let's quickly run through the SBCs, gents. Let's just try something that we did last week, where I will mention the SBC, and let's start off with yes or no, and I'll come back to ones that I'm keen to get your interest based on your facial reactions to these cards. So, SBC number 1, Micah Richards. Any interest from you, Homer?
A wee bit, but I'm not over. he looks alright, but I think there's better right backs. So I'm sort of like,
Yeah, I'm with you there. Neil?
No, not an interest. However, he's well priced, and I can understand why people like the appeal of him. 2 playstyle pluses, quick step hasn't been one of them. He looks a decent card, and he'd probably stay in your team for a good few weeks. Certainly, I can understand people completing him.
I think again, I love this uniqueness of the playstyles as well. He's got quick step and the bruiser, and I like it when they have these kind of weird combinations that don't necessarily get released, and it's a good position for the right back to have bruiser there as well. So, yeah, I like that. Next one, Patrick Dorgu. Any interest?
I don't run a Man United team. I like Man United, but I don't run a Man United team, past and present or anything. So my team's very Serie A heavy, so not really, no.
I just wish this game before Marcelo. Sorry, Neil.
He looks good value to me. I've not done him because I've got Marcelo, but again, he's well priced and he can play left mid as well. He looks a decent SB. He doesn't look overpriced like Team of the Year ones were. He looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'll get Dorgu done just because of United past and present, but I think he's decently priced. But again, most of us have done Marcelo already, and I don't think I'll play Dorgu as a left midfielder. But again, I love the combination of having Rapid and Jockey. It's just it's looks perfect. So yeah, I'll probably get that done. Next one. Any interest in Kika Nazareth?
Interest, not overly, but I started doing her because I was doing the upgrade SBCs and I kept getting unassigned, so I've just been dumping them into her. I've got the slight interest is that I've got a funny feeling that Liga F might be one of the objectives for the next batch of tokens, so I want the strongest Liga F team I can put together for that reason.
Yeah, that's completely fair enough. Neil, any interest in Kika Nazareth, and do you remember her from last year?
She was really good last year. She looks really good and it's cheap. It's like four squads. Liga F does seem to be one of the most meta leagues in the game with the most meta players, and if she plays for one of the most meta teams as such, she's got quite a basic set of playstyles, but they're not bad. I mean, she looks for 173k and 5-star, 4-star. As much as I don't use skill moves, but she's got 90, 88, 90. She looks a decent card. Yeah, it's hard to say she's not. You can't to say why she isn't good, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, she's pretty good. I think she's really, really good. Definitely, if you have the fodder, she's definitely worth a look in. I think I just remember her from last year, and I packed that card, and she just kept getting upgrades. I think it was, I can't remember what promo it was, but it kept getting upgrades, and she was wonderful.
Was she the one that kept getting the 99 stats?
Yes.
Yes, I remember her. Yeah,
I can't remember the promo, but yeah, I remember the purplish card that she had. So yeah, it was pretty good.
It was quite far into the game, the promo, but I can't remember what it was.
Was it Thunderstruck?
No, it was later in the year. It was later in the next year.
One of the other ones, Foot. You know the one a couple of
Fantasy.
years ago. Fantasy. That's the one. Foot Fantasy. That's the one. Athenea. I think Neil, you've already done Athenea, so you're pretty good there. I did an Athenea Evolution. I think Future Stars Evolution last year, so I'm staying out of this one. Homer, Athenea. Any interest?
Done it already. Again, just one. I think the Liga F is going to be an objective to just putting forward into it. So she's done already.
Excellent.
I done
the last one.
I done the Thunderstruck.
Sorry.
It's the Thunderstruck Athenea I had in my club, and she was just sitting there. Then I noticed that she was extinct for a couple of weeks, so I looked into why she was extinct, and a lot of people were putting her into that Evo. So I thought, well, I've got her there. Why not? I'll just use it. But I've played her. She's decent there.
Very cool. Yeah, she's one of those zippy, really interesting cards to use. I really enjoy using her as well. So maybe I'll try and get onto her. Lastly, I just want to talk about one that came out, I think, just today, and it's got a lot of hype, and it's the DM Monday SBC. A lot of people are talking about this particular card being very evolvable in the future, and it's any interest, lads, or am I missing? He's good, but I don't see him as a must-do. Am I missing something?
Evil wise, like everybody says, it has potential. He's got good stats in certain places. He's got pretty decent-ish play styles in that. He's very position varied, so he can play anywhere left, right, or up front. But for me, real life football means that I'll not do him.
Oh, did he play for Celtic, did he?
No, we had him on trial for our B team a few years ago, and more of his agent than him per se, but we tried to sign him and he asked for £30,000 a week as a reserve player in Scotland. Made all these diva-ish demands, and basically Rangers and a few other clubs down south, Spurs, Everton, he went to them after us, and they pretty much turned around and goes, the baggage that comes with you. So no, not for me.
That's fair enough. Neil?
Any card that's got finesse shot plus will always generate interest, doesn't it? Especially left mid, right mid, cutting in. 4-4, finesse shot. He's got incisive pass, he's got technical and rapid. So he's only really got he's only got 3 useful playstyles out of his playstyles that he's got. He's not. People might be completing him as well for this for the Bundesliga team for this objective. It's a lot of coins to put in for just 6 games objective. I just look at him. Maybe he looks okay. I dare say that his 92 pace will sort of rule him out of future Evos in the sense of you're not going to get that pace much higher for a few months. He's got 90 passing, 90 dribbling, so I don't know what Evos he's going to fit into that's going to massively improve him.
That's quite true. I think I was under the impression that maybe he was lengthy and that's why people are interested, but he's not lengthy, he's controlled. So I don't really see exactly. Maybe we're completely missing something, but yeah.
No, that is the meta at the moment, isn't it? Lengthy wingers, so lengthy left mid, lengthy right mids, and he's not that.
But he's not even that lengthy. So anyway, it is what it is.
He's cheap though. Again, cheap.
He's cheap, exactly. Cheap. Worth trying. Right, gents. Before we go ahead, I just want to check in with you. Is there any player that you've tried in the past, maybe a week or so through Team of the Year that we haven't really spoken about that you want to highlight? Any evolution that you've completed or any player as such? Because I have one player that fortunately I packed towards Team of the Year that I really want to give a big shout out to. But any player from your perspective?
Benjamin Hendricks, I was thinking about it because you asked this before we started recording. I think he's the season pass, from the season pass last season. He can play left back, right back, on wing back plus. I used him left back, wing back plus, and during the objectives for the swaps, he was really good. Not amazing, but a lot better than a lot of the fullbacks, wing backs that we have available, in my opinion. So if you've got him, I'd recommend giving him a go.
Yeah, perfect. I do completely like that Hendricks card because I came up against him a couple of times and he was phenomenal versus me. He seems super fast against me, super fast.
Well, he's 90 pace and he's got rapids. So he is really. He doesn't look like he's that good at cards, but it just in game he plays a lot better than he looks for me.
That's interesting. Also, just need to. I think all three of us slagged off the Delict SBC last week, and I actually came up against him numerous times this week in champs. The man's a beast, complete beast. Yes, Neil.
Oh, wait. For the record here, I'll need to listen back to the pod. I don't remember slating him. I just remember said he didn't have intercept, and if he's not got intercept, I didn't want to do him. I didn't say anything like that. He looks okay. I think for me, he just looked too expensive for a lack of intercept. I think if you gave him a base intercept, that would be a must-do, and I stress must-do SBC.
I'll tell you what, one of the things that stood out when I was playing that card was the fact that he had ping pass plus from centre-back. And that felt so hard to stop that guy from my opponent knew exactly what to do to get the attacks going. And before I could think of it, the ball was zipping into the midfield and off he went. And that was quite interesting. Yep, Neil?
It's such an underrated playstyle. I put Kobe Mainu through one of the centre mid ones to get him to 88, and he already has ping pass plus, and it's such a good pass is such there's a big difference between. There's a massive difference between not having it at all and having it as a plus, but there's a big difference between even silver and having it as a gold. It's an underrated playstyle, yeah.
And this guy that I was facing had the pink pass from Delict, and he also had, I think, his centre midfielder had first touch. So that move, I just couldn't get the ball off them. And that was such a smart thinking. He actually planned his squad in such a way, and yeah, it was really, really, really annoying to get the ball off him, and that was good fun. Any other player that you would like to discuss?
No.
Team's pretty settled. Has been settled for a few weeks, really. But great to try out Butcher properly. I did use him in champs. I get 8 wins, but then there's no point me telling you that. You already knew I get 8 wins because I get 8 wins every week. If there's one thing missing from Butcher, and you can he's got tiki-taka base, but because of the technical, I have him as a drop back forward. I'm having to use a 4-4-2 at the moment because I want him and Mbappe up front, and his incisive pass is so poor. You can really tell. He really lacks it, you know. But that's the only downside to him. I mean, he's dribbling's second to none, better than Pina. So fast. He's got a great array of shooting. He's got the game changer base, which has a great animation for the Trivela shots, and he's got low driven plus. So he's a striker. He's everything you want to be, but at 1.3 million, he should be.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that's the thing that really annoyed me about using. I backed the base Butcher, and the one thing that annoyed me was his passing, and his through passing was the biggest drawback that I found with that card. But hey ho, the card that I wanted to discuss was I did the Team of the Year HM Evolution, and I put my Pogba CDM version with the intercept, and I given him press proven. That man is such a beast in midfield. I mean, he's so good midfield. He's like a mini Vieira that can actually have has 5-star skills and can dribble the ball around. And even though his finishing is at 82, 83, he's got 97 or 98 shot power. His shots are phenomenal, and he's able to dominate both sides of the pitch. And I'm just thoroughly enjoying it. I'm so glad that I picked the CDM version in the first place. And I'm so glad that I actually went ahead and evoed him. And I'm really enjoying him. If that evolution is still available and you have this Pogba lying around your club, just jump ahead. Just throw him into your SBC. You'll have a Vieira on steroids. Absolutely. A phenomenal card to use. Must say that.
Sounds good, mate.
Right, gents, I think we have reached the crescendo of the conversation that we wanted to have about this particular promo. If there's anything else that you guys want to bring up before we sail off into the sunset and meet again in another week?
Just have fun. If swaps isn't your thing, just go back to playing rivals, and that it's not the end of the world if you don't get Darnay. There'll be better players or other equally good players coming up sometime soon, so it's not the end of the world. If it's like June, I said I'm on the fence, so with Team Chris and Team John. So if you want to do it, do it. If you don't, you're not. It's not the end of the world. You're not going to miss out overly either. So just play the game, have fun.
Great shot. Absolutely great shot. And I think I just want to highlight to everyone that's really chasing after the R9. If you have never used a particular R9 and you really want this just to tie a bow on your Ultimate Team experience over the past couple of years, sure, go for it. Get the R9. But the R9 is not going to suddenly make you win game after game. He is not. This is my perspective. I could be completely wrong, but R9 is not a card that you can just get straight off the bat and just get used to it, and he will get you a lot of goals and get you wins. I've always found it hard to get along with an R9 to a degree where you can actually run with him and do all this stuff. So again, bear in mind, R9 has evolved a lot from the old 96 version, which again, if you give an R9 to a pro, he is going to be a monster. But you give Mbappe to an amateur like me, I think I will get more out of an Mbappe as being an amateur. R9 requires a little bit of, getting used to how he does it. He's not as quick out of the box kind of player. So don't feel like you're going to miss out a huge amount if you don't get R9. If you want to just get R9 for the experience of having an R9 in your club, go for it. But it's not a be all and end all. That's all I want to say. Neil, when you pack the 94 R9, which is admittedly is not the best R9 as well, he's the heaviest R9 that I've used. Did you feel like he was just straight out of the bat good for you? Was it? Some people could have.
It was a 7 million coin card when I packed him when I was only quite relatively new to the game. Did I enjoy him? I was going to swear there. Hell yeah. Yes, I enjoyed him very much. He was a class act. His animations, his celebrations, and he was my idol when I was a teenager. So
yeah, 100%.
I would go out my way to get on with him. It's probably the way I would put it if I packed him again. He's just a class
100%.
act. What I would say is that so John's against the swaps because of time and how much effort's they got to go into it. Chris is for it, saying put as much time and effort as you want. If there's a shiny R9 at the end of it, grind for it. Please, if you're on listening through the Patreon or if you're listening to Spotify or Apple Music, there's a comment section. Please leave a comment. John himself has promised to respond to the comments and any feedback of which team or how you see the swaps. Please leave your comments and a 5-star review if possible.
That will be awesome. That will just tie everything up really nicely in a bow. Well, gents, I think we've reached the end of the show for now. We will call it quits here, and we will come back to you next week exactly at the same time. We really hope you're enjoying these sessions with us, and we really enjoy doing this for you guys. So really hope it's coming across that way. Without any further ado, Neil, would you like to drop it?
Drop it.
F-U.
T.
F-U.
T.
F-U.
T.
F-U.